because it gets
I
annoying.
think that.
So if you say a list, just keep a little pause in between each one. And then when you're to the last one, say and.
Absolutely not. I'm going to lead an insurrection right here, right now. Yeah, I know. Hey.
Wait, how do we know when to stop talking?
How about now?
Yeah, usually about 2 minutes till we start.
Wait, what time
Oh,
is it?
2 minutes still?
It's we have 5 minutes.
Right
now it's 5 minutes just to help ease the nerves, maybe if you have any. But typically 2 minutes so far.
So we're about 5 minutes out.
Okay.
Did you
But I
mute
have it on in case you need to show you something. Alert. I'm also going to get a drink of water.
Hello, welcome to your March Youth City Council meeting. My name is Kayla Wellington. I am your Youth City Council President. Today is March 27th of 2025. It is now 6 p.m. If we could please start with roll.
Wellington,
Present.
Holtz,
Present.
Mosley,
Present.
Lemunian,
Present.
Mosley.
Present.
If we could please stand for Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If we could please have the Reverend Michael Job please take the stand for prayer.
First of all, I want to congratulate the new Youth City Council, and I'm excited to see what you're going to do in this term. So let's go ahead and bow our heads for prayer. Dear gracious Heavenly Father, we thanking you, dear Lord God, for the opportunity to be here, dear Lord God, this evening, dear Lord God. We pray that you just be upon the Youth City Council, Heavenly Father, just guide their decision, their choices, dear Lord God, and just bless those in which that support them, Father God, and we just thanking you and praising you once more and again. In Jesus Christ's name, amen.
Hello, again, my name is Kayla Wellington. I am your Youth City Council President. I just want to thank everyone in person and live for coming to our first Youth City Council meeting, and thank you for being here, and I hope you would like to join our other meetings. Next item, please.
2. Petition and communications. Oral communications from the audience. Please limit your remarks to 5 minutes and to items not on the agenda.
This next part of the meeting is for anyone that would like to come up, would like to come up and speak to us, can come up to the podium. Again, please limit your remarks to 5 minutes or less and items not on the agenda.
Good evening, Youth City Council members. First of all, I just want to congratulate all of you for being here and just doing your civic duty and being a part and a voice for our community and all the youth here in Hutchinson. I just wanted to, one, let all of you know that we are also excited to have you here and that you are more than welcome to ask as many questions, youth involvement. There's so many parts of the city that I think could definitely use your voice. So thank you for being here, and we can't wait to continue to empower and nourish and just continue to build our youth and our community. Thank you.
Thank you for coming up. I personally can't wait for this opportunity. And I would like to just thank everyone again for being here and supporting us. Any others? Seeing none, next item, please.
Business item 3A. Introduction from the Youth City Council members.
My name, again, is Caitlin Wellington. I am the Youth City Council President. Some things about me is I go to HMS 8. Some school activities I participated in are volleyball, wrestling, and drama. This is my second year of being in the Youth City Council. Last year, I served as the treasurer. I just wanted to say I can't wait, and I'm so thankful to our board for giving us this opportunity.
My name is Maddie. I am the activities director. I'm in 9th grade, and a few activities that I'm also a part of is the Youth NAACP and Rise Up Reno. This is my second year being part of the Youth City Council. I think it's really fun. I'm so excited to plan new events this year.
Hello, my name is Elena Lemunian. This is my first year on the council. I am the treasurer. I attend school at HMS 8, and some activities that I'm involved in are volleyball, band, and Rise Up Reno. I'm very excited to see what we can do this year, and I'm excited to form some new connections, and yeah, thank you.
My name's Catalin. I am the vice president. This is my first year. Some activities I participate in include debate, and I also Sorry, I'm thinking. I participate in this debate, and then that's about it. I am a junior at Hutchinson High School, and I'm also very excited to see what this year brings for us.
I'm Maggie. I go to HMS 7. I've been in the youth city council for 1 year from last year. I'm this year's secretary. Some activities that I'm in school are cheer, band, choir, Rise Up Reno, and youth NAACP. And I can't wait. What was I gonna say? I can't wait for what this year's gonna bring us.
I personally can't wait to get familiar with the new faces. Some people I did see from last year, and some people are new this year. So I can't wait to get to learn more about the people that I just met this year, and even the people that I've met last year to get to know more about them. Any other comments? Okay, next item, please.
Business item 3B, swearing in of youth city council members.
Okay. Good evening, Council. Jessica Woodyard, Public Communications, City of Hutchinson. And this evening I get the honor to swear you all in. So this is something that I don't believe you have done before, so we will go one by one. And once I call your name, if you could come down, and you're going to stand just like this as you're speaking to the rest of the council, and I'll stand here and read it to you. So then you'll just repeat after me. So, Kaylin, would you like to go first?
Yes.
Okay, if you'll repeat after me. I, Kaylin, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
That I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Kansas
and the Constitution of the State of Kansas
and the ordinances of the City of Hutchinson.
and the ordinances of Hutchinson, Kansas, or the
City of Hutchinson.
City of Hutchinson.
Perfect. And I will faithfully perform
And I will faithfully perform
the duties of Youth City Council
the duties of Youth City Council
and a member of the City of Hutchinson.
and a member of the City of Hutchinson.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Okay, if you'd like to sign.
Right here.
Yep, on that big line. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Here you go. You can take this with you.
Thank you.
You're up next. Okay. All right. I, Kat, do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and the ordinances of the City of Hutchinson,
and the ordinances of the City of Hutchinson,
and I will faithfully perform
and I will faithfully perform
the duties of Youth City Council
the duties of Youth City Council
as a member
as a member
for the City of Hutchinson.
for the City of Hutchinson.
So help me God.
So help me God.
And that's yours.
Thank you.
Okay, Maddie. I, Maddie,
I, Maddie,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States,
of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and the ordinances of the City of Hutchinson,
and the ordinances of the City of Hutchinson,
that I will faithfully perform
that I will faithfully perform
the duties of the Youth City Council
of the Youth City Council
for the City of Hutchinson,
for the City of Hutchinson,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Go. Thank you. Maggie. I, Maggie,
I, Maggie,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and the ordinances of the City of Hutchinson,
and the ordinances of the State of
the City of
the
Hutchinson,
City of Hutchinson,
that I will faithfully perform
that I will faithfully perform
the duties of Youth City Council
the duties of the Youth City Council
for the City of Hutchinson,
for the City of Hutchinson,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Okay. Elena. I, Elena,
I, Elena,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States,
of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and ordinances of the City of Hutchinson,
and ordinances of the City of Hutchinson,
that I will faithfully perform
that I will faithfully perform
the duties of Youth City Council
the duties of the Youth City Council
for the City of Hutchinson,
for the City of Hutchinson,
so help me God.
so help me God. Thank you again. Could you remind us of your name, please?
Jessica.
Okay, thank you. I really do appreciate you taking your time and coming in and helping and supporting us. So I would like to say thank you. Any other comments? All right, next item, please.
All right. Business item 3C, discussion on multiple unhoused drives per year.
So I know we talked about doing multiple on house drives throughout the whole year, and we had one. It was really good. We got a lot of items. We took our time sorting through everything. We had a raffle and everything, but there was a discussion of, adding another one for like the seasons and stuff. So my idea was to do summer and winter drives because those are when most people would need it in time of need. We need clothes and for those changes because those are big differences in weather and stuff. So what do we think about that?
I definitely agree. I know last year you guys had an unhoused drive. I think the idea of having multiple would really make a difference and would kind of help people. I definitely agree with the winter and summer since those are the harshest seasons. And doing that can just sort of help more. I want to make a difference and help people get back on their feet. So hopefully if we do decide to go through with this, it will be even more successful than the previous year.
I agree with both of you. I also thought of another idea because we've been having so many fires, house fires and stuff. I think it would be helpful to do something like an emergency drive to where we could help people who just lost their homes and need like items like food or clothing, or we could like help set up a donation for them that we could have on a website or something to help them too.
I also agree with your emergency drive, and I also agree with the summer and winter statements, because also that was said, summer and winter are our harshest seasons, so that's when people are in need the most because of the heat and the cold and the snow and heat waves and etc. So about the emergency drives, there also has been a lot of fires, and it's kind of seems like they're still happening. So I also do really like the emergency drive idea.
Also, there's one more thing I wanted to say. I believe that the drives, having multiple drives, can also help people who have lost their children or had their kids taken away because of they can't afford a house, or they don't have the food or resources to help their kids or have a healthy lifestyle for their kids. I think that would help them a lot get their kids back so they can have a healthy household with their parents.
I also agree. I think that it is a great idea because many people suffer from no clothes or a house and hygiene. So multiple unhoused drives would be very helpful during the summer and winter because those are the harshest seasons. And I like that Maddie put in children, because many people, once they either lose their children or they get their children taken away, they start going into depression and stuff like that. So I think that multiple unhoused drives would be very helpful.
I agree with everybody. I think having the summer and the winter drives, just having those two for those main months, will give us enough time in between to plan and get a place centered and everything like that.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Especially, I love that we're bringing kids into thought. And because of all the fires we've been having, people have even lost their homes. And so I think definitely having these resources can definitely help them get back up on their feet, and they could really use our support. So I definitely agree.
Yeah, and also losing your home or your kids can also affect you very much. You lose faith in how society works and stuff like that. Many people, like, why they're homeless is because they don't have the money to buy another home, or they just don't have the resources to help them.
I forgot to mention this, but the emergency drives definitely would be a good idea. But I did have a question about that. So how would those emergency drives look like?
So I know that we could probably talk to the schools or something to have people at the schools donate to, like, I know that we had this thing at the high school where you could go to your seminars and drop off like food or clothing, so then we could donate them to people or give them to the people who need them most.
I know at my school we're having a Bright House donation, and there's like posters and boxes in the halls, and at the end of the day they give announcements to make sure that everybody knows that there's donation boxes and what the donations are going to and why. So I really think that the emergency drives would help a lot.
And going back to just the drives in general, I would love to get the schools involved with that because personally, it is a learning experience to just see what people have to go through and just being able to be there and step in and help people. So I would definitely love to get, schools involved, but also with timing and stuff, we kind of have to take that all in consideration.
Yes, and also the drives at the school would also help people realize how, like, they could see that what we're doing and they might want to join. So then we have more people signing up to help with events and stuff, like set up events that we have, or like support us by going on the lives and stuff.
So I definitely agree with the getting the schools involved. However, I would also like to add on what the president would say. She mentioned the timing, so we also do have to keep in mind that school does end in 2 months. So having the school's community and help would also be difficult during the summer months. So maybe just having the community all together donate to us to help with these emergency and housing drives would be an alternative for when school's not in session.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Just with timing and everything, we kind of have to put that all in consideration before we can really say schools. We can start with schools and stuff like that. But unfortunately, with timing and stuff, we have to think through all of that before.
Yes, timing events is very time consuming. A lot of the events take a lot of time to plan. Like the last unhoused drive we planned, it took us most of the year to plan all the events and how places who would donate cards or something to do the raffle.
Yeah, no. I feel like using our connections as students can be very difficult during the summer. So having our community's help and support would be very useful. Yeah, but I think having the youth city council already organize a drive will definitely help us. I think we can kind of look back on that and see either what changes we need to make or how to like initiate more drives or whatever.
Yes, I know that the last event we had a lot of people come, but maybe we can bring it out more so if we're gonna have something during the summer, maybe we can go out to like third Thursdays more instead of like just going to like 2 or 3, and maybe go to the ones like after we got it all planned out, just go straight to the next third Thursday and then try and go each time until the event. And then also we could probably go to we could probably ask to make go to different events that other places are running that invite other groups for kids to go to.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. And another thing, I know we were going back with timing and the schools and everything. Another thing we could do is have this, if we wanted to do a summer one for this upcoming summer, what we could do is have that more of a community based, and then for the winter one, we can involve schools because we will be back in session.
Yeah, I think that would make more sense, especially during the winter seasons, because then I know a lot of people grow out of their winter stuff over the time of the year, so then people want to donate more or give it away just to get it out of their house, so that can help a lot more people.
Also, another question I have to my council is that would we want to start, because we know we said summer or winter, would we want to start doing it when it gets really, really hot or really, really cold, or like how would we want to do that?
I think we should start planning before that, and then we can look at the weather to those dates, hopefully, and see what time would be best to start the drive.
I definitely agree with that. So I think from the time being, I think we should start preparing and discussing all these drives. And then once it starts getting to the warmer months, then we start doing the drives.
I also think that, what was I going to say? Never mind.
Yeah, I think that starting to plan ahead and then definitely starting the drives during those harsher seasons can be very helpful, being as they need the resources during those seasons, and having us plan them ahead of time will make sure that we have enough time to get the resources and just kind of help them out during when they need it the most.
I agree with that. Starting it as soon as possible will help us with enough planning time, getting a building, getting advertisement out and everything.
Maybe we could also try and bring the community into planning these events, so then they know what we need to get or what they need to bring, so then they can plan ahead too. And also, maybe we could talk to the community that we're actually trying to help and see what they need mostly to help them get back on their feet and maybe possibly getting a home.
I'm going to add on to the advertisement ideas. So while we're preparing, I think since school is currently in session and there's a good 2 months left until school's over, I think we could start advertising that we would like donations and that we would like some support and stuff to help with the drives that we will have over the summer.
I think maybe during the middle of summer, because I know that many people, during the beginning of summer, they're just getting into the, getting in the groove of wearing warm clothes and putting on sunscreen, stuff like that. So maybe during the middle of summer would be the easiest way to start the drive.
Yeah, I think so too. Also, during this time, in the beginning of summer, the weather is very all over the place. Like one day it'll be cold, and then the other day will be like 80 degrees or so. So I think doing it closer to the middle of the summer would help a lot more.
I definitely agree. We do live in Kansas, so it's always changing. But yes, I do agree with all of them. So having it in the middle of summer, but start advertising to the schools now, because I know personally my school, they start pushing summer events out during this time. So this would possibly be the best time to start pushing them out to the schools for a summer event and stuff like that.
Maybe we could have a meeting with the head principal of our schools, individually with the principals, and talk to them about the youth city council and what we're planning to do with the schools.
I definitely think talking to head administrators would make a difference in being able to get the school community support.
Any further discussions? Okay, next item, please.
Item 3D, Youth Fair Planning.
So it is almost April. We usually do it in May. So because, again, going back to that lack of timing and stuff, maybe we could change it into another event of any sorts if we had any ideas about that.
I have an idea. So I've been thinking about this for a while, but we could maybe do an event to bring the community together while also learning more about the youth city council. So I know that the youth NAACP does a bunch of stuff, like the Bridge Builders barbecue and stuff. Maybe we could do something like that, but a little smaller, so then we don't have to use as much money, because we don't have that much money right now.
I love that idea because when I first, thought about it, I didn't even know until one of my family members told me. And so a lot of kids don't know what youth city council is, and I think it's a great opportunity. So I love the idea of pushing our thing out further, because I know, again, all of those other events do have it. So maybe we could plan what you were saying.
I know last year there was a lot of organizations who came out. I think maybe until it happens, using our advantages as being students and part of the youth, so we can definitely reach the youth, would be a great plan. But I think that just us being youth is easier for us to connect with the youth, so trying to either text people, letting people know at school, morning announcements kind of thing, would definitely bring more people there.
Yeah, I definitely agree with everything said. Like she said, youth can talk to youth really easily, so I think that is a great idea, posting it on socials. And I just love that idea. I didn't even think about that, but maybe we could have it. Do you have an idea of when you would have it, or when we would have it?
I was thinking about the beginning, middle the summer, because that's really the time that's like not super hot, but like it's warm, so it's not super cold either.
I also agree because I know I love participating in the Bridge Builders Barbecue and Juneteenth and things like that with the NAACP, but I think we could potentially host a event like those, and I think that's a great idea.
Also, we should probably plan around the youth NAACP events or any major events that could take more people out of our event, so that so then people will feel more excited to be at our event and not have to choose what events to go to.
I also had another question. Would we want to, bring in, all those resources in and kind of have it, with us, kind of?
Yes, maybe we could talk to other like organizations. Yeah, organizations to know when they have events, so then we can plan around it so we can have our event.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. Having it kind of like everyone was saying, Juneteenth, which I loved, and having all those fun events and having stuff. And plus, if we do it in the summer, kids are bored. So it's another opportunity for parents to have their kids learn about all these activities and stuff like that, and still be learning.
Yeah, then more people will want to sign up for next year. Like the 6th graders, they'll be going into 7th grade, so then they could possibly join. So then they can sign up and actually know about it. So then we have more people signing up, and then we have a more variety of council members for every year.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Doing it closer to the summer will show kids who are bored, like there are things to do in Hutch, and it will also kind of get the youth city council out there for, again, future 7th graders. And so maybe we can either have more people showing up to meetings online, or maybe even considering applying in years to come. But yeah, I really like that idea.
I think pairing with different organizations, like I know some people pair with Hutch Rec and organizations like that, so they can get like funds and activities to do during the summer and sometimes around that. But I think pairing with different organizations would be the easiest way to host the events.
Yeah, maybe we can so I know that some places, when they want to advertise stuff, they can advertise another event from other people and also advertise their events, and then the other way around with the other event or organizations.
Any others? Okay, next item, please.
Before we go, is there going to be a decision about this item?
Sorry, say that again.
Will there be a decision on this item, an upcoming study session and a closed session? Something that you need to vote on?
I think study session would be great, because also we could throw in, all the other stuff we were talking about into that. So if we wanted a study session.
And think about what events we could do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe we can bring the community in. I don't know. Oh.
Blank.
Do we have a motion?
I move having a study session for this event.
I second that.
Okay, can you call roll?
Wellington,
Yes.
Holtz,
Yes.
Mosley,
Yes.
Lemunion,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, we will plan that after. Okay. Next item, please.
All right, we will be returning to what was originally item 3A, presentation from the Public Information Office.
Council, Jessica Woodyard, Public Communications, City of Hutchinson. Thank you again for having me this evening. I wanted this opportunity to talk to you all about our new city branding and the process that we went through to get this new identity and new feel of who we are as a city of Hutchinson. So the process that we went through, we set strategic priorities for where we wanted to go as a city of Hutchinson. We knew that things were feeling a little bit different from our branding, our logo, some of the mission, vision, values. We knew that we were starting to feel a little bit different. We've had a lot of new staff, and we also have a new city manager, which I hope that you all will get the opportunity to meet him one of these meetings. So we had this energized feeling to us, and we wanted something that reflected that. So I don't want to jump ahead of myself here, but we went through a process. Let me go. With Bowercom, who is a local marketing agency, and we received a grant. We applied for money through Hutchinson Community Foundation. We applied for a grant and received about $7,000 to do this process. So this did not come out of a city budget. This didn't come from any money that was set aside for something else. This was a grant that was given to us. So an amazing opportunity we're very thankful for. And what they did with this process, what Bowercom walked us through, is what they call Journey to Yes. So we wanted to not only find a new look, but we wanted to understand how our own staff felt about our organization. So something that would truly reflect who we are. On the process that we went through, we organized what exactly we wanted out of this. We did we interviewed the stakeholders. So we have department heads. We have about 12 of them. So I did interviews with each and every one of them on how they felt about the city and what they want people to know about us, what they want, if someone reads a statement about us, how that will make them feel. And then we compiled all of that. And then from there, we really started to define who we wanted to be. And out of that came some visuals. We're still on this, right now we're kind of finishing up between 8 and 9. We're developing really detailed communications plans on how we want this information to get out there. So you might have seen our new logo already, but I want to walk you through exactly what we talked to council about. So when we say a new brand identity, that means everything from visuals, colors, to the way that we talk about ourselves in the community. So especially on social media or when you're writing any type of media, you have a identity of how you talk about yourself or your organization. If that's very formal or if it's more casual, we wanted to make sure that it was reflective of our organization. So I'll read this statement that we feel like we came to here. So, welcome to the City of Hutchinson, aka Team Hutch, where every resident and city staff member are a part of the same team, working together to make Hutchinson a thriving and connected community. In Hutchinson, government isn't separate from its people. It is its people. Every resident plays a vital role in shaping our city, and Team Hutch is a shared commitment to building a stronger, more vibrant Hutchinson together. Whether you're a lifelong resident, a newcomer, or a part of the city team, your contributions to Team Hutch are unique and valued. From organizing local events to sharing a friendly smile with neighbors, every action counts. City staff are here as your partners, providing tools, support, and resources to help you succeed. But ultimately, it's all of us working together who make Hutchinson shine. This is Team Hutch, one team, one community, building a brighter future together. So that was what we decided we wanted our voice to be. We want Hutchinson to work together, not seeing city versus residents or different thoughts that people might have that the city works against the residents of Hutchinson. We want to say we want to work with you. We're all in this together to make a better Hutchinson. So that was what we decided we want as our brand foundation. The look and feel of it. We wanted a look that already felt familiar. You might have seen some other cities do branding or different marketing campaigns from drinks or clothing brands that you've liked that they completely changed their look, and you might think, whoa, that feels really different. Well, we wanted something that still felt like Hutchinson. So when you see it, you recognize that's us. We relate to that. So we went with the flag, with our city flag as kind of a basis of a starting point. So we have the star of our flag in the O. Also, this Hutchinson is, you might have seen it on our water towers. It was also on our website already. So we're just embracing that. We took the colors more true to the city flag here of the blue and yellow. We also wanted some colors to play with. We wanted to have something a little bit lighter, not so formal, to be able to just have different options in a color palette. So we have that light blue and an orange in there. With Bowercom and really trying to identify who we are as Hutchinson, they helped us come up with this amazing different patterns. So these patterns you will see probably not all at once, but you may see a play of the different patterns in different graphics or marketing materials, but they help us come up with the 8 S's of Hutchinson. So we have sun, space, the sand hills, state fair, streams, which plays on our traditional river that we have in our old branding, sports, salt, and once a year we become Smallville. So all of these different patterns can be really, really playful. We can use them in a lot of different ways, give us a lot of dimension, a lot to work with here. So in some examples of how you might see these patterns and colors come together in our town, we have this mural idea, which we would love to see come to life. But you can see the different colors, and we also see here the star from our flag, and it has all of the different patterns in it, which I truly love because it brings it all together. It really brings in that we are all one kind of feel to it. So, have the Hutch colors here. This is an example of what our website could look like one day. This is when we were going with more of our mood boards to get a good feel of it. So really showing off our people and those colors and the messaging. Your city, your team, your Hutch. Some of the messaging that we received from our team, from our directors, from all of our staff, was how hard we work, and that we played into a little bit of a sports theme here of rallying everyone together. So here we have built by grit, run on heart, and powered by you. Still a call to action to have those involved and bring everyone on the same page. You can also see the use of all of the different patterns here, all of the color, bringing it together with still the consistency of the star. These are some examples of social media tiles you might see. So again, the consistency of that star, and also the language of how we talk about ourselves. Meet the MVP, keeping Hutch in top shape, Team Hutch. So that use of Team Hutch there, we decided that we would play that a little bit lighter about when we're talking about ourselves internally. So when you see the Team Hutch, we're usually talking about someone who works here or a staff member. Save water, save money, and stay awesome. A little bit lighter with the patterns on this one, a little bit lighter with the color too. We have the space and the river in there. Join the team that runs this city. Another example of some marketing material that we might use, button, City of Hutch MVP. If we're out at events, we might hand this out, asking someone to be a part of our team. And then we had this great idea with Bowercom about a brochure or a pamphlet when someone moves to town. When they come to sign up for their water for the first time, having this pamphlet of information that says these are the other services that you might want to sign up for as well. Or these are other ways that you can be involved in town. These are restaurants that you might eat at, or lots of opportunity there. We also talked about using this internally when we have a new hire to talk about joining the organization of City of Hutchinson. So benefits, other things like that. So welcome to the City of Hutch. You're on the team now. An example of what a shirt might look like for city staff, the MVP. So we have a new area set up for our billing. If you have been over there, it's over on the west side where you can enter from that way. But right now it's just a plain brown wall. So, opportunity. We're trying to reimagine not only graphics and social media and printed material, but also our buildings and the feel that people get when they come in. Because we get a lot of traffic coming through that area, people coming in to pay their bills. Sometimes they may not always be the cheeriest, but if you see these bright colors and patterns, it may change their mind or brighten their day a little bit. So, we hear a lot that we need to take more pride in talking about ourselves throughout our own town. So when we talk about entrances to the city, we're talking about like 61 as you're driving into our town. So these are flags that you may see. You also might see these like down Main Street. They change out those flags from time to time on Main Street. But this is an idea of originally created for like 61 Highway when you come into town. Letting people know where they're at, showing them those colors and the representation of the patterns in who we are. And here's another great visual of what that could look like when you're driving into town. So that was the last of my slides. I thank you for giving me the opportunity to share this with you, and I hope that you all will also start to embrace the new branding and identity of Team Hutch, and we're happy to share these colors and logos with you all if you would like to use them too. But now you're also in a little bit on these patterns. So if you see these patterns around town, people may not know. Like from this example here, you can see a little bit of the space and a little bit of the sand hills there on top. And people may not know what those are. They just look like cool patterns. But you all have the insight to know how that represents us as Hutchinson. So thank you for giving me the time. Are there any questions?
I have a question. So, as we've been talking about, this process takes time. Exactly how much time did you guys take to, get all of this together?
It has taken us a while. I think we are probably in maybe month 4 of this process. And with all of the interviews and compiling all the information, that does take quite a bit of time. Also, we went through several different looks of what potentials could be for our branding to land here. So Bowercom did a fantastic job of showing us different examples and making sure that we went with the one that felt truest to us. So it did take time.
So is this still, continuing on?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we're still in the process. We're in the last of it right now in really making sure that we see this through and getting the word out to our community, making sure that it's not something that just we completed it and then it falls. We want people to know who we are. We also want people to feel that way too. So in how we share that message and the ways that we do that, we also decided that we weren't going to spend a lot of our own budget on this process. Like I said, we received the grant for the beginning of the process. But when you're talking about going through a new logo and new branding and new colors, it is quite expensive if you do it all at once. So like you can see the logo behind you, that is a piece of artwork. That is a signage that's on this building several times. And for us to just put the expense down and do that all at once would be maybe not responsible of us as a use of the city's money. So we're trying to do it slowly as needed.
Is there any way or training resources or anything that would help the youth with public speaking or engagement with civic engagement?
Oh, sure. We could have a whole conversation on that piece. I would love to talk to you all about that. As far as bringing you in to talk about branding or in being kind of ambassadors for our branding, we can sure think of some things.
Because I know a lot of people are into marketing and other stuff like that, which I think with having training or resources that could help them with getting into that career would help a lot. And also, I have another question.
Yes.
What was the hardest part of planning all this?
I think the hardest part was when we finally decided what our identity was going to be, because you can't please everyone in a process. Like I said, we have around 12 different department heads, and we wanted them to be involved. We want everyone's voice. We want to make sure that it reflects who they are as well. But you're also going to have different voices. So it's when to add this and when to take out this and make sure that it still represents everyone properly. I think that was a bit of a challenge because sometimes you can't have everything.
Also, is there any way to get the youth involved with helping with city planning, like the designs and stuff, or just the different ideas to get people feel more welcome in Hutch?
Sure. I would love to come up with what that might look like. We're also going to be going around town. We have meetings that we do. We've had some community meetings that we've had fantastic feedback and attendance with, and maybe that's a connection that we then make. We invite the community to come in and help us brainstorm on what their ideas are or what they see that we could do better, and maybe that's an opportunity to bring you all in too.
Also, I really love the idea that you guys made of getting the brochures to give to new people who are coming into the community. I feel like that would make people feel more welcome and safe in the community. Yeah.
Great, thank you.
I kind of don't have like questions. I kind of have like a few statements.
Sure.
But in the beginning, when you showed us the logo, I forgot what the actual logo looked like, and I was just like, I don't think that they changed that. And then I actually looked behind us, and I was just like, oh wait, they did change it.
It already feels like you. It feels good. Yeah.
And then the button idea, like handing out different like merch, kind of. I think that's a great idea to like hand out at events and to make people feel more welcome. Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
And also with the flag kind of thing, I noticed downtown they also have like flags like that, and I think it's the Hutchinson flag or the Kansas flag, something like that. But they have them all downtown, and I like the idea that like it's right in, well, as you're coming into town. Yeah.
Yeah. That felt good to you. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
The designs are very noticeable. I think people will really find that interesting.
Yes. So some of the feedback that we did receive, it was like, it's a lot of pattern. It's really bright, but also what we were trying to accomplish. We went back to this. What are we trying to tell people? And it's that we are energized now. We have the right people at the right time to make things happen, and we feel really good about that energy, and we want people to feel that with us.
I love how Hutch is so open to talking to the community instead of just keeping it people who bring the ideas to the table for our government. Because the people really want to tell what they feel in the community, especially the more looked over communities like the unhoused or people who are disabled or anything like that.
Aren't considered normal.
Of course.
So are there any significance in the meaning of the S's for
Yes.
all the patterns that you guys show
Let's
out?
go back. So we wanted to make sure that they were things that when people looked at this, they would feel like they are represented, or, oh yes, that feels like Hutchinson. So an old motto that you might have heard that came from visit Hutch is come share our space. And that had a very long play, and that was based off of the Cosmosphere, that people wanted everyone outside of Hutchinson to know that the Cosmosphere is here. So we wanted to be sure that that's a wonderful piece of Hutchinson. We want people to see that. So we have the space. I'll back up, and the sun comes from our flag when that project was done to create the city flag. The sandhills from the trails, the state fair, which is a very big part of Hutchinson. That's a fantastic partnership. The streams, sports. We heard a lot that we feel like a sports town, that we have a lot of sports, and it speaks to families as well. So we bring in a lot of tournaments. And if people don't know what all we do or the tournaments that we do have, hopefully this will bring some recognition to it. The salt from the salt mines, and Smallville that we turn into once a year with Superman. So, yes.
I will just like to say those designs, like when I think of Hutch and those words, those are exactly what came up to my mind. So you guys did a fantastic job with that. And as someone that does sports, that's kind of what Hutchinson feels like, because there's so many tournaments, so many. Hutch Sports is very big in our town and other things like that. So I just love how you guys kind of incorporated that into it. So
I also love how you bring the natural resources that we have, or the beautiful nature areas that we have, like the sandhills and also the streams. I know a lot of people don't think about nature as much when they're planning for city events or anything, and using like the salt mines or the sun. I love the sun idea because we do get a lot of sunlight, and also it's a very big part of our town, especially with our flag.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, I love the designs. Like, when I look at it, I definitely think Hutch. And, like, the AS is kind of incorporating everything. Like, we are one, and it can almost speak to everyone. And I just liked how you're not exactly removing those when you are rebranding, but you're, like, almost embracing them. So, yeah, I like that.
Perfect. We've talked a lot about community identity. That's been a conversation out. What represents our community? Maybe not just the city of Hutch internally, but everyone. So you might start seeing these colors being used through other organizations, or we're really open to the play on these colors and these patterns. So.
I love how you guys think about the community and not just Hutch itself. The community it makes it feel like we are seen inside our government and our city council and everything else. I love the idea of having, like, where you pay your bills and stuff being very colorful, because it is, like, a very frustrating time. So it makes people feel more welcome and not as stressed to see, like, not just a plain brown wall or something.
Great. Okay.
I have another question.
Yes.
So you talked about, like, those meetings, right? Is that just, like, talking about where you're going, or, like, what is in those meetings?
With meetings, or?
Are you talking about the interviews?
I think, did you mention something about community meetings?
Oh, yes. We
okay.
have had a few community meetings. So really when I first started, I'm just coming up on about a year working for the city. But we sat down and reflected, what do we want communications and public communications to look like? And with a lot of new directors in place and a new city manager, we wanted to hear from our community. So what we did was establish several different meetings throughout town in the evenings that we invited the public to come, and we asked questions. We asked in a written form, so every voice would be heard. We had them posted around the room, and people could go and write on Post-it notes their answers to the questions. So some of them were, what do you like most about Hutchinson? Or what is a service that might need improvement that we do? or what is a vision that you may have for Hutchinson. So those meetings really gave us a lot of understanding of what our community wants, and we also then had that data and those responses to reflect back on. So it kind of gives us a driving momentum forward in hearing everyone. So we hope that those meetings get larger in the future. We would love to hear more voices in such a productive way.
Do you plan on having any more of the community meetings soon?
Yes, we had the idea of doing smaller ones. So our town is broken up into different districts, and we have representatives and council members from those districts. So we were going to give the opportunity to go to each individual district to make sure we're covering all of the areas of our town. So we hope to launch all of that fairly soon, sometime soon, yes, throughout the year.
So again, you're planning on having more of those, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Is anyone allowed to come? So you.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh yes.
And where could we find out where those meetings are?
So on our Facebook page, we will have all of our information. We are exploring lots of different ideas on how to get those words out. We got creative last time, and we had a street sign, the ones that light up, that shared the information. Because again, it's not something that we want to put a large budget into, so we wouldn't necessarily be paying for billboards or be paying for printed material to hand out. We wanted to be as cognizant of the dollars and kind of thrifty as we could. So we go on the radio to talk about these things, and we're open to lots of ideas on spreading information.
So I know a lot of people don't have social media or anything like that. Is there any other way that they could get in contact or be able to see the events more instead of just hearing it from other people?
Yeah. Again, it would need to be a printed material or a word of mouth. So the best way that I can currently think of is we do speak on the radio also, but then that leads to a word of mouth, which is something that you all can be very helpful with, just spreading the word that this is happening. We go and talk to different organizations and invite different organizations, and then they spread the word. So the power of word of mouth, but again, open to any ideas that you may have.
Thank you so much for talking to us today.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you all.
Okay. Anything else we would like to mention? Okay. Next item, please.
Business item 3E, logo design discussion.
So I believe the city of Hutch did change their logo. So, I didn't really think about that before I said it, but so we still have our council logo, and we are kind of thinking, do we want to change it? Do we want to keep it?
I think it would be a really good idea to change or rebrand how our logo looks. Since our city is also trying to rebrand and make it feel more welcoming, maybe we could try out new colors for the city of Hutchinson, like blue or something, for our logo. To make it feel a little more welcoming, or maybe more to make it stand out more.
I like that idea, but I also think that we could also keep the logo that we have now, but in the background, use all the patterns and stuff that we got presented.
Yeah, almost keeping the original almost structure, but I'm definitely not opposed to switching it up a little bit. But I think, at least for me, when I look at it, I think youth city council, but maybe just keeping the integrity of it and changing a few other things might be a good idea.
Yeah, using the patterns in the background would be very cool, I think, and also it would help represent the city of Hutch, that we are part of the city and that we are trying to use our voices to be heard as youth.
I agree, because when you think of Hutchinson, you kind of want to feel welcome. You think of all the different, big things in Hutch. like the cosmosphere and stuff like that. So, excuse me. I think maybe adding in just a little bit of the design of like kind of what the logo for Hutch is gonna be, kind of like adding in some of the colors or adding in some of the design, something like that. Not change it completely.
Yeah, so then we kind of still look like how the logo of Hutchinson looks, but also being our own selves with our own logo.
So I definitely agree with all the comments being said. I definitely want to incorporate the designs in there because so I like the idea of keeping the structure because it kind of gives us our own separate thing from the Hutch Council, but making it a little bit more brighter and a little bit more welcoming.
I really do like that idea. I feel like keeping the logo would give us a little bit of originality, and it would prove that we can.
We could also probably talk to the youth in Hutch about ideas for the rebranding of our logo.
We can do it like a yearbook
Yeah.
and have people vote.
Yeah.
Like have ideas and options.
Yeah, because I know, like, the school for homecoming and stuff, they send out emails or something, and you fill it out at school, and then we record the feedback.
We can definitely come up with all these designs. I know we have a study session coming up, so we can also kind of also build that in there. And I do love the voting idea, though, because, youth.
Make it more welcoming.
Yes, especially have that youth have a voice too, like we are all here for. So just having that voting system. So I think it'd be a great idea to also discuss this into the study session.
Yeah, and definitely I like the survey idea, especially with the youth. I mean, it is the youth council, so kind of hearing ideas from them and what they like to see with the rebranding could definitely be useful.
Yes, especially with bringing the youth into it, because we're not the only ones that are the youth in Hutchinson. So, yes, we are the representation of the youth, but we also should talk to more people than just ourselves
and
about
I think
the stuff that we're doing. You did.
And I think it really completes our goal of bringing the community together.
Anything else?
So will there be a motion for that executive session in there?
Will there?
I move to bring that into our study session.
I second that.
All right.
Can we please start roll?
Wellington,
Yes.
Holtz,
Yes.
Mosley,
Yes.
Lemunion,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes.
Motion passes.
So we will be having that. Any other comments? Okay. Next item, please.
Item 3F, upcoming events.
So I do have an upcoming event that I would like to mention. So on April 4th through the 5th at the HMSA Drama Department will be hosting a play called How to Get Away with a Murder Mystery. This event will be hosted in the HMSA Commons. The address is 200 West 14th Avenue. Hopefully I did not butcher that. The ticket to get into the play is $5 per person. So I'm personally in the play, so it's really funny. Attracts young kids to kind of like, yeah, I can't find the wording for it right now, but it's a really good play. We've been working very hard on it. So if you have kids that are interested in it, especially 7th graders, because our drama department is great and we're hoping to expand it. So if you have 7th graders or even just anybody that wants to come can come in and watch it.
I have a question. What was the time and date you said?
Oh, I forgot to mention that. It will be at 7 p.m. April 4th through the 5th.
Thank you.
I'm just saying, which we add that into the closing remarks.
Anything else?
I also have an event coming up. it's kind of a little bit away. It's May 3rd. There's a retirement reception at 2 p.m. At the Career and Technical Education Academy. It's free and it's open to the public. So if you want to go out there and support anybody retiring, you definitely should. I'll be going. So hopefully if you guys are free, you guys can attend that.
I also have a couple of events. The descriptions are a little bit lengthy, so bear with me. So on April 10th from 6 to 10 p.m. at Hutchinson High School, there will be a resource fair, and there will be 40 agencies ranging from state agencies to local ones. The resources cover therapies, mental health, disability supports, adaptive supports and activities, banking, housing, workplace supports, and educational supports. There will be a child care room and light snacks for families as they go through. This is all on April 10th from 6 to 10 p.m. at the Salt Hawk Activity Center. And then there will also be an HEC job fair on April 3rd from 10 to 2 p.m. at the sports arena. Event is free and open to the public. There will also be prizes such as AirPods and a PlayStation for HEC students who complete a survey.
Any others? Okay, next item, please.
Item 4, closing remarks by youth city council members.
So again, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone in person, live, and to our amazing board for giving us this opportunity. It is our first youth city council meeting, so I hope that we can just get to know each other a little better and everything like that, and keep on building these great ideas, because I've had a great first meeting with everyone.
Yes, I think this was one of my favorite meetings so far. I also have an event coming up at the Hutchinson High School for the choir. We are having a concert on, I believe it is the 29th or so of March at 7 to 8 in the PAC.
I also kind of forgot to say this, but there is, what is it? There is an Easter egg hunt, and it's the 3rd annual community Easter egg hunt. It's hosted at Grandview Park. The date is Saturday, April 12th, and it will be starting at 10 a.m.
I found the date for the choir concert, sorry. It's on April 3rd.
Anything else?
I would like to thank you for people on the live and in the audience. Thank you for coming and supporting us. Yeah.
I also wanted to thank everybody online and in person. Thanks for coming out to our first meeting of 2025. I loved meeting you all, and I hope we can grow over the year. Thank you guys.
I would also like to thank everybody in person and live, and my fellow council members for all being here today and sitting here and taking the time to do this.
Any others? Okay, next item, please.
Item 5, adjournment.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
I move to motion to adjourn.
I second that.
Okay, if we could please start roll.
Wellington,
Yes.
Holtz,
Yes.
Mosley,
Yes.
Lemunyon,
Yes.
Mosley.
Yes.
Meeting is adjourned.